Yo, good morning everybody and welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host as always, Star Cub, that's me. Today I'm gonna do another movie review. Now this one I watched a couple of days ago with my husband and we thoroughly enjoyed it. It could have some tweaking here and there, and there is a really good twist on a twist in this movie. No lying, seriously. It is pretty damn good, the twist at the end. But before we get into that, I just want to say a big welcome to anyone new to my channel. Thank you so much. Drop a like, that would really help out my channel. Subscribe, and if you want to click the notification bell to keep up to date with everything on my channel, I really appreciate it. Love you guys, and to everyone that is returning and keeps tuning in, I really appreciate it. Once again, you guys are amazing. Let's get my subscribe numbers up. I really enjoy doing this. I've got a few coming out today, hopefully. I've got this one coming up now, and then I'll have another one, maybe another one or two today, but they'll be surprises. Alright guys, let's get into it. So I am reviewing, it's from 2021, so from 2 years ago, and we only just found out about it a day or two ago, and it's on Hulu? Yeah, it's on Hulu, and it's a British psychological horror film, and it's called Censor, and it's directed by Prano Bailey Bond, and it was produced from a screenplay by Bailey Bond and Anthony Fletcher, and the film stars Niamh Algar, Nicholas Burns, Vincent Franklin, Sophia Laporta, Adrian Schiller, and Michael Smiley. And what can I say about this film? It is set in the 80s in London, and it's during the height of the video nasty craze. Now, if no one knows what the video nasties is, this will make you feel, for those that do know what the video nasty age was, and for people that don't, I really am showing my age now, although I wasn't around when that happened, but I really am showing my age. The video nasty craze was during the height where horror films were being censored left, right, and center, that they would go through a censorship board to be given a classification, whether it's G, PG, M15, MA, R18, X, XX, triple X, you name it. And during the height of it, it was all these films, these extreme horror films would be censored. Certain extreme scenes would be cut to give it an R rating in America, although in Australia, our rating system is completely different. But even with films that start off before being cut, start off with an X rating or a double X or a triple X. And then they have to get substantial cuts to be given an R18 rating or an NC-17, you name it. But this film depicts the British Censorship Board. It's set in 1985 during the height of the video nasty craze in the UK. And it really depicts it really well. But what it also shows is just how much impact it had on a lot of films back then, but it also impacted not only the movie industry, but it also affected how people watched their films, how the censorship board would sit in a room and view a film before all the cuts, and they would be they'd be torn about what certain cuts to cut and all of that. But as this film goes on, you're seeing explicit images and stuff like that, but you're also feeling what they're going through in how much of what's going to be cut, what's not going to be cut, what the general public can see, but also at the same time, you've got mums, you've got all the general public complaining about they've seen this and this needs to be cut, and oh my god, someone's eating their face off type of thing in this film. It's disgusting. It should be cut. But this film really does take you into that psyche of just how to censor a film, but also how you can be desensitized to a lot of the imagery. Now, the imagery is haunting, it's fascinating, it's alluring, it's fantastic. And there's shots in it, beautifully shot. Great cinematography, great lighting. It's absolutely astounding the amount of just imagery that is portrayed in this film that really gives it a giallo feel with all the reds, but it also makes me feel like it could be a Dario Argento film as well. So there's a highlight there. But it's, like I said, it's set in 1985, and the main character, played by Niamh Algar, she portrays the character of Enid, who works at the British Board of Film Classification during the heart of the video nasty controversy. And basically, she's one that has to cut the film, watch all the films, and then cut them. But it's not so cut and dry in this film, because as we keep going on, she's becoming desensitized to certain imagery, but she's been labeled as Little Miss Perfect. Like, nothing affects her, nothing gets by her, she's cutting everything right down to a T. But as we soon, and this is what this film does, it really gets down to the nitty gritty straight away. Like, I'm talking, it really gets from it really does take you all the way through the film, and it just progressively gets darker and darker and darker and darker as we go. And basically what Enid starts experiencing is she comes across a certain film, a film producer comes up to her and says, I really want you to view a film. And it's a film that hasn't been viewed yet, needs cuts and whatnot. So she understandably views it. But then she notices that there's an actress in it that looks eerily similar to her sister. Now, the backstory of that is her and her sister, back when they were kids, there was a terrible accident in the woods between her and her sister. And we get flashes of it as the film goes on. I'm not going to give too much away, but her sister has been announced dead almost 30 years later. And her sister Enid can't forgive herself. Enid really wants to know that she's still alive, and she thinks that she's still alive. And then when she sees this actress that looks eerily familiar to her dead sister, supposedly dead sister, she starts this journey that just goes completely from one turn to the next turn in what I can only describe as a psychological horror, psychedelic journey into video censors, blood and gore, all the imagery of violence, depravity, and all of that. And she's experiencing this as we all go. You don't know what's real, what's not, what's really her reality and what's the real reality. And it's all set during the heart of the video nasty craze in the 80s. What more can I say? I absolutely love films that depict the 80s so well. And this one did an absolutely amazing job. Prano Bailey Bond did an amazing job, although I do have my little nitpicks here and there with the film. But like I said, the killer twist at the end is a twist on a twist you never see coming until it hits you right at the end. Now, in my case, I started suspecting that there was already a twist within a twist about when there was around about 20, 30, 40 minutes left of the film, but I wasn't quite sure how the twist was going to play out. But I figured it out towards the end, and I will say though, I was not expecting what the ending actually gave me, but I was going in the right direction with it. You guys just have to see it. Trust me, you have to see it. It's on Hulu. I believe it's on Hulu. And it's an absolutely fantastic film. Excuse me. What do I rate it? I'll give it an 8 out of 10. An absolutely brilliant horror film. British psychological horror film that just takes you on a wild, batshit crazy, psychedelic ride. And it is fantastic. Quite happy with it, even though I have my little nitpicks. But other than that, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. Can't stress that enough. It really does help out my channel. Even just a like, even a subscribe helps me out. I'll leave that up to you. But thanks so much again, guys, for tuning in. I will have some more videos out later today. All right, guys, take it easy. Ciao.